Hey guys, what's up? It's John from Album Review TV, your home for music news and reviews. Today I'm reviewing the new Gotye album, Making Mirrors. It was released, I guess it was released last year, so it's not really considered new, but it's new in the sense that a lot of people are just now discovering it here in the US at least. Wally DeBacher is Gotye's real name. I guess Gotye is his stage name. He's from Australia, and this album was recorded in a barn over the course of a few months, which is really cool. He's released several studio albums, and this is the first one to gain commercial attention throughout the world, especially here in the United States. Not many people at all knew about him before Making Mirrors, and especially before the song Somebody That I Used to Know. If you've heard of Gotye, you've probably heard that song featuring Kimbra. There's so many different genres that get covered on this album over the course of 13 tracks. Now, I believe that it's one of the most diverse albums I've heard in a very long time, if possibly ever, because I've never heard an album that has a fast-paced kind of rock feel to it on one track, and then on another track has a 60s soul feel to it. Now that's very strange for me to say, but it's true. Each song is something different and something fresh and a change of pace from the last one. Since this album is so diverse, I wanted to do a track-by-track review on this one. Let's start with the opening track, Making Mirrors. Now that's an instrumental track, and it just kind of builds up and leads into the track, Easy Way Out. Easy Way Out is kind of the fast-paced rock jam on the album. Catchy guitar riff. Short, simple, it's under 2 minutes, and it's one of my favorites on the album. Eyes Wide Open is the next track, and it's kind of an indie rock sounding track. It really showcases Gotye's vocal talent, and the background instrumentation is just important to listen to because, you know, sometimes that goes unnoticed, but that kind of helps make the song in some cases on a lot of songs on this album because he puts a lot of work into the instrumentation. The next track is Somebody That I Used to Know featuring Kimbra. Now, that's probably the one you know, and this is also my favorite on the album still, after hearing the rest of the album, because it's just such a good song. Now, I wrote a lot of notes here about this one, so I'll just go ahead and give you guys some of my thoughts on it. It's an indie pop song full of emotion and build-up. The first chorus shows Gotye singing about a troubled relationship with his girl and how he feels that things are falling apart and they can't even be friends anymore. The chorus just kind of crashes in, and you know, I can almost feel the pain as he sings, like, you didn't have to cut me off, you didn't have to stoop so low. His vocal range is really showcased here. The second verse, Kimbra comes in, and it kind of fits the song perfectly because it needs a girl, because he's singing about a girl, and then she sings from her perspective what's going on, and that's something I thought was really cool, that you get the male and the female perspective on the relationship. And she sings, "Now and then I think of all the times you screwed me over," and she's hurt too. When they team up on the second chorus, it's just epic, absolutely epic. It's a towering chorus that features both of their wonderful voices just colliding together and providing an awesome song, overall the best on the album. Smoke and Mirrors is the next track. The lyrics on this song are great just because of the smart rhymes, and it's probably some of my favorite lyrics on the album. They are backed up by wonderful instrumentation, and it makes it one of the best tracks on the album, easily. It goes into a very interesting part of the song around the 3:15 mark, and where he sings "Mother, Are You Watching?" repeatedly, and it starts getting distorted. The vocals are all distorted and everything. It sounds awesome. The next song is called I Feel Better, and this is the soulful track on the album, if you will. It's reminiscent of 1960s sounding music to me, and it's another example of how so many genres are covered on this one album. And it's upbeat, it's fun, and it'll make you feel better. Next track on the album is In Your Light. It's got a little bit over a minute build-up intro part to the song, and the first verse starts with a vibe that feels kind of like walking outside on a nice spring day. I'm not really sure how, like, if you listen to the song, try to think of it as that vibe and see if you feel it too. because that's what it gives to me. The chorus repeats the title of the song over and over throughout, and as he sings about how he's just happy when he's in the light of whatever girl he's singing about here. The next track is the remix of Somebody That I Used to Know, and all I'm going to say is I don't like it, and it takes away from what made that song so great in the first place. So the next track is one I did not like at first. It's called State of the Art, and it's a very weird track. He distorts his vocals on this track, and it makes it sound like he's like singing really deep, and you know, it doesn't sound like Gotye's voice at all, and he just totally distorts it. And I thought, what the hell? The first time I heard it, I was like, what am I listening to? But as time went on, I started to love that track a lot more. It kind of sounded kind of cheesy to me at first, but then, I don't know, it just really grew on me and became one of my favorites on the album. The chorus is so catchy. All it is, even though it's so simple, you know, I also like the background music and the keyboards on this track. The next one on the album is Don't Worry, We'll Be Watching You. It's really slow paced with quiet vocals and quiet and simple background instrumentation. You know, there's nothing too interesting on this track. The next one is Giving Me a Chance, which is another slow song. This is why I'm just not too much of a fan of the past two tracks I mentioned. It's not a bad song, it's just not memorable to me. The next one is called Save Me. I like the vocals and the lyrics and the way they're presented on this song. Still not the highlight of the album or anything like that, but it's a nice change of pace from the last two songs. Bronte, it's a nice track, but it's a bit tiresome to me and kind of a slower ending to the album. So I guess it kind of ends the album on kind of a slow note. But overall, I really did enjoy this album as a whole. There's a lot more great tracks than there are ones that I didn't care for. So overall, I give Making Mirrors a 4.7 out of 5. So many great tracks on this album, and I really recommend that you guys check it out, because if you haven't heard the single Somebody That I Used to Know, which I'm sure you have, because it's just blowing up. It's number 5 in the US right now, probably moving up higher this week. It's just definitely an artist to watch. So stay tuned, guys. Please be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon. Peace, guys.